Today we're going to be doing something different than walking. We're going to be driving. The most responsible thing a grown adult could do is record a podcast and drive. But hey, not to worry. I got lapel mics, and because of that, I'm not holding shiz. So, my hands are free. The only risk I'm taking is distracting myself with my own thoughts, and that happens on a daily. So this might peak a little. I'm hoping it doesn't, because, oh my goodness. I got a custom app to record audio. Man, it is so close to peaking all the time. Just no matter how low I turn the gain, it's just like always at zero. Oh. So, last time I talked about fixing issues and recording, and that's not the biggest issue I have right now. So I fixed recording stuff. I got audio to work. I released a Skyrim Let's Play episode 1, and that's all I managed to do. Why is that? Because I don't have motivation. I also, looking back on that episode, I don't exactly like it. So, if I like streaming environments a lot more than I do recording things, I don't know. There's an amount of things you can get away with streaming that I feel like you shouldn't try to get away with when recording something more structured. Also, I don't know, maybe the play was a little better the more you watch, but I didn't have all that great of commentary to add, I feel like. So I don't know if I'll be focusing on that, but I do still need to be able to record stuff, because my brother and I, we're working on retrospection. We've been inconsistent in recording podcast episodes, much like this current podcast right now. But we want to try and be more regular, but not just with the podcast. We want to try and make videos as well. We talked about it in length a little bit, and I think what we've currently landed on is videos centered around the Steam Deck and kind of how-tos, but not I have issues with the word tutorial, because when I hear, okay, that guy just decided he didn't want to stay in his lane. When I hear somebody say tutorial, I think of those really stupid, lame videos where somebody's like, alright, and they've got like Bandicam on the top of the screen, the recording quality isn't that great, the frame rate's weird, and they're just like, okay, hi guys, today we're going to be talking about, or I'm going to be showing you how to do such and such and such and such, and the reason I wanted to do this was because I was trying to look up answers and I just didn't find them, and so here we are with this video, and and then they just ramble on. They're slow. They don't really get to the point, and I don't want to do that. I don't really want to do step-by-step tutorials. What I want to do is something a little more on the entertaining side, something that's helpful but isn't like extremely detailed, but gets enough across to be helpful. And then what we settled on was having either our own website or host like write-ups somewhere else. So if somebody is following the video, we can be like, hey, we have a write-up with detailed instructions that go through what we're showing you. So if you've got a question, you missed a part, or something's unclear, look at the write-up. It'll help you. And will people use that? Will people get upset that we're making them look at a write-up? Probably, maybe, but I want to also make something entertaining, and there's a line, I feel like, between being able to make something exactly detailed, useful, with all the information needed to not screw up, and making something entertaining. Like I kind of want to tell a story of how we got to the point we got to, like through whatever obstacle we're trying to show, whatever tutorial thing we're trying to do. I don't know. I'm not the best at putting this to words, but I look at this doesn't match up exactly, but looking at like some of Jaden Animation's videos, I'm not saying we would make animated videos, but I'm saying like the energy that she brings to talking about one of her Nuzlocke episodes, like her playing Pokemon doing a Nuzlocke challenge. The energy she brings and the way she presents the events that happened, that's something that I really jive with, something that I find really entertaining, and that's kind of what I want to do, but telling the story of like getting an emulator to work on the Steam Deck. And that seems like such a stupid, boring subject, but I feel like you could make it entertaining enough. So that's kind of where I stand right now. That's what's happening in my creative endeavors. I feel like this podcast is kind of meant to talk about creative endeavors, at least a little bit, but it's more of whatever I want to talk about. Last time, how long has this been going? I don't know. Last time I talked about Sea of Thieves. I didn't really talk about it, but I mentioned possibly talking about PvP in Sea of Thieves and how it works and what the problems I think are with it and what solutions could be. And would you know it, Season 8 just came out and it has a PvP update, but it's not, I don't think it changes all that much. Not that I've played it much yet, which is why I haven't made an episode discussing it yet. I kind of need to know what I'm talking about first. So I actually want to get a crew together that's willing to fight other ships. We've got a friend. He used to be my neighbor, but he might be willing to do it. My brother, Tyler, whom I'm doing retrospection with, has expressed disinterest in fighting other ships. So that's probably, we could probably convince him to do it, but he won't like it. Which is the same thing that happens whenever we play Halo. Yeah. What else am I thinking about? I want to fight other ships. I want to learn how to get good at that. Not because I want to hunt other ships down, because I want to be able to defend when I'm doing the stuff I actually want to do. Like I haven't done any Tall Tales in that game. Tall Tales are like the story mode, basically. I haven't done shiz. Not a single thing. Have not cared. I just want to sail around and manage a ship. That's fun. Managing a ship is fun. It's fun to fight skeleton ships. Not the ghost ships. Not the big fleet of ghost ships. That's hell on earth. Don't like that. But it's fun to fight the skeleton ships. It's fun to navigate through krakens and shiz. And it would be fun to fight other players if I felt like I could defend myself in any freaking way at all. I just can't. I suck at that. Sword on, face-to-face combat, whatever the actual term is for that, that sucks in Sea of Thieves. It's chaos. You're jumping around. People use their what's it called? The blunderbuss, and one-shot you, and I play on the Steam Deck. Now, I don't have an accurate way to quickly aim at people accurately. I already said accurate, but I must stress accuracy. Quick and accuracy do not go together on a controller. But I do have motion controls, but I've set it up to only work while I'm aiming. And they're such weird. When you switch between actual controller controls and mouse controls on the fly, Sea of Thieves acts really weird. The sensitivities get all strange. What I probably need to do is just go straight to keyboard controls on the Steam Deck controls, if that makes any sense to anyone who's not familiar with the Steam Deck. Basically, the idea is that you have, like, say, the left joystick is... where are you going? The left joystick emulates WASD so that you can move around, and then, like, the right joystick is acting as a mouse. And that way, you can keep the sensitivities the same all the time without them switching on you, because the game's detecting mouse input while you're using a controller, and it just gets confused. This could sound like absolute gibberish to somebody who's not familiar with it, but it's it's a problem. When I played on the Steam controller on my old computer before I got the Steam Deck, I would if I could keep my thoughts together, I'm actually thinking about driving, which is good, I guess. But when I would use the Steam controller, I would have it completely set to keyboard controls because that made the most sense. And then when I played with a controller, the sensitivities would actually stay separate, and I would be able to play with, like, an Xbox controller just fine. But I haven't wanted to try that. I kind of want to try that now. And I probably will. But my drive is over. I made it home to my destination. So I'll give an update later. I want to try and get Ben, my good old pal, good friend, to talk, at least on this podcast. I don't know, he might want to be on Retrospection, but that seems like a challenge, because Tyler wants to be very involved as well. And so somebody who works nights and somebody who works days, trying to get them to record together doesn't work very well. But anyways, thanks for listening. I hope this was interesting enough for you. If it wasn't, I don't care. Have a good day.